Today, we have in our presence the most successful students that we can meet, students who cracked the most toughest examination in the world, JEE Advanced Exam 2021. Let's try to understand what made them to be here today. But before that, they deserve a huge round of applause for the spectacular success. I would like to start with Lokesh. So, can you share your thought process when you started this journey?
I aim to get into IIT Bombay, and for that we need a strong foundation. So I joined Narayana College for that. Here the curriculum or schedule, everything made me more comfortable for my JEE preparation. Mock tests or teaching, everything helped me greatly in securing this rank.
So, what were your weaknesses when you started with this course, and how this course really helped you, or the program design really helped you cover all those and be where you are today?
Yes, I used to do many silly mistakes or like that in exam, or many conceptual mistakes or like that. From time to time, by writing more mock tests and more exams, I slowly decreased those number of mistakes, and wherever I have any conceptual doubts, I ask teachers instant, like I won't delay asking the doubts, and that's very important.
So, when did all start? In schooling or in college? How did it start?
In schooling, I started preparing for IIT JEE. There I had a little basic about in all topics. And in 11th class, I joined Narayana. So I had a easy time understanding these concepts, as I had a little basics foundation already. And here it made me more perfect in overall syllabus. It helped me understanding the subject and increasing my accuracy or speed or exam management. Here it helped me greatly.
So, when did you think you got the confidence that you are going to crack JEE Advanced?
Yes, after
At what moment of time?
After writing mains and seeing that result, I got confidence that I could crack JEE Advanced.
So, in your view, what is the essential thing in the whole program?
Writing more number of exams is important, like one exam per week, and rectifying the mistakes with teachers in that exam is very important. That is most important.
Okay, so you say identifying the mistakes before you commit them in the main exam well in advance and working on them is the true reason for your success.
Yes.
Now I have a question to Aditya. So, how do you think this error analysis process works?
So, I used to, when I joined school in 9th or 10th class, I used to make many mistakes. That time I was not much aware that I was not so serious also that time. I didn't have that state of mind. But once people started emphasizing that these kind of mistakes can cost you greatly in the final exam.
Right.
So we need to have that kind of fear in us. If we don't have that small kind of fear that if I take a question lightly, it's going to cost me. If we don't have that kind of thought, we tend to make a lot of mistakes. So I think that once people started emphasizing, that we shouldn't make many mistakes, we shouldn't make silly mistakes. Then I started thinking deeply about it, and then I took really good care in the exams that I should read the question twice, or I should read it once, but I should read each and every word of it. We have to make our own strategy for doing those things. It depends from person to person.
Correct.
So what I did is, my thing is, I read the question twice every time.
Okay.
I did it that way. It actually depends from person to person. You could also do meditation to do that. It depends on the person.
As I heard from others, how is your interest in these three subjects, drove you and kept you where you are and made you believe that you can get into IITs? The fundamental aspect of it.
So, talking about the subjects, I don't have any preference that this is my favorite subject or anything. Since I was blank-minded when I joined the JEE preparation, I wanted an equal grip on all the three subjects.
Correct.
So even if preparation was also in that way only.
Right.
Maybe I'm a bit more interested in maths, but I would say that I could do other subjects equally well.
Right. And what were your working strategies, examination strategies in general, if not specific? And how the Narayana program really helped you reinforce, those strategies and approaches?
Yes. So when I was writing offline examinations, that time we didn't have the facility of checking how much time we spent for each question. Correct. I think that's a very important thing that you need to analyze after the examination.
Correct.
Because there could be easy questions, but you keep spending a lot of time in it thinking that I might have missed something in that question, I might have missed something in this option or something like that. So when you only realize such things when you actually look at the analysis. So I think after I started writing online examinations in NLearn,
right,
in 11th class and 12th class,
right,
then I actually started to, then my exam preparation, my exam strategies became even more organized.
Okay.
I could put more efforts into rectifying my errors or tweaking my exam strategies. So I think NLearn helped me really so much. It helps. The main thing I look at is how much time I spent for each question and the silly mistakes I've made.
Okay, so what do you tell to a student who's starting in class 8 in this journey of cracking JEE and in the process, being successful in the Olympiads and other exams?
The first thing I would say is we shouldn't take too much pressure. We shouldn't take too much pressure is the thing I would say. First, we shouldn't aim for rank. We shouldn't start with I should get all India first rank or something. We should keep our preparation going, and then we have to expect something good. Because if you prepare well, automatically the result will come.
Okay.
So I would say that you shouldn't take too much pressure when you are just starting the preparation. We shouldn't feel like it is something that is impossible. It is only for 0.1% of people in India. We should think that it is open to all. If we put in enough amount of hard work, we can do anything.
Let's come to Santosh. First of all, congratulations, you got All India Rank 4 in JEE Advance. It's a very big achievement. So where did the journey start? When did you decide that you want to get into IIT, and what was the motivation? How did you start it?
My IIT journey started at 8th class. I was an average student. I was not aware of IIT. My teachers used to say about IIT. Then I started preparing conceptually. So not focusing on result, but just we should know something about maths, physics, chemistry. Preparing conceptually and consistently preparing and became.
So consistency is the key. So we have heard you got 120 out of 120 in physics. What is the thing you did differently? Do toppers do things differently, or they do different things? Did you do something different or just the same things?
Not did any different things. Not expecting 120 out of 120. It came unfortunately. But really.
That's good. Very modest of you. Okay. So this year we had 4 mains exams, right? So was it good or bad to write 4 mains exam? Was it a bit of extra pressure before finally going for the advance? Or did it help you to prepare better for the advanced exam? How did it go?
It helped me to prepare better for advanced exam because of studying NCERT again and again, mainly in chemistry part. Generally, I prepared only for the first mains to the maximum, writing short notes, and for all remaining mains exams, I revised those short notes.
Others, you have done good in IIT and you have been doing good in Olympiads also. So how did your journey start? When did you decide to go for JEE?
At the end of 7th class, I decided to join Narayana because I was interested in IITs from start. I joined Narayana, and from there I started preparing slowly, getting conceptual clarity in few topics. at a slow pace, not really fast. And I started setting up few intermediate goals that kept me driving for long time.
Okay,
Because
setting up the milestones helped
Yes.
you a lot.
Like Olympiads and other competitive exams,
Okay.
something like 6 months, one goal, 6 months, one goal.
Okay,
So
step
that
by
helped
step.
me going for 5 years.
Okay, that is a good strategy. So you talked about conceptual clarity, right? What is more important? Like generally we see nowadays people keep on doing practice, lots of books, buying all the books available for JEE and all. So which material did you follow? What did you do for practice for conceptual clarity?
I practiced many things, but apart from the books, it's more important that we understand each concept and we are able to explain it to somebody else.
Okay,
That's
so
most important.
the Feynman method of
Yes,
learning,
yes.
that you first learn and then explain it to your friends.
Yes.
Yeah. So in class you are quite helpful to your friends also as well.
Yes.
Discussing a lot and helping you out with the doubts as well. That's a good thing. How much did the Olympiad preparations? I think you have got medal in astronomy Olympiad also, international Olympiads. So how much was it useful for the JEE preparation? What did you learn from that journey of yours?
It was quite useful for JEE preparation because we learn few extra applications of concepts that we learn in our curriculum. So that helps understand these concepts better and builds up interest in the subject also.
So what's your take on this year's JEE paper? Was it lengthy, difficult? You have to do very high level problems. You have to go into the depth of concept. What is your opinion about the paper this time?
I felt
Overall.
paper was a bit tricky and we had to be a little alert while doing it.
Not to do silly mistakes.
Yes,
Okay. All three subjects like that only?
almost like that.
Okay. So what will be your suggestion to your juniors who are now preparing for JEE? What to do, what not to do?
They have to prepare normally, and mainly while going to exam, we shouldn't have any expectation of ourselves. We have to try to give our best and be cool. That is very
During the
important
exam,
during the exam.
During the preparation time, in the 2 years journey, how to remain motivated and how to keep on improving, what should they, and most important, what they should not do. What about that?
It's important to keep in touch with the subject. Always we have to be in touch with the subject, but if it's prolonged, we shouldn't overdo it in short span. Like if I get really less marks in 1 week, I shouldn't overdo preparation in that week and get exhausted that week.
Okay.
So it should be slow and consistent preparation.
Maintaining the energy level is important.
It's very important.
Okay, good. Thank you, others.
So after giving four main exams and then preparation, and again, it's a shift in the strategy to prepare for advanced exam. So that's what everybody believe. So, what is your say on this?
Mains is very, very, very different from advanced, in my opinion. Subject-wise, chemistry is roughly the same, to be honest. Maths and physics are much easier in mains. You won't be challenged technically in maths and physics.
Okay.
You'll be more challenged on whether you can remember particular facts. So it's not really...
So you mean knowledge and understanding based questions, less of application or
less of
advanced
application, more
questions.
of knowledge
Okay.
in mains.
So
I think that makes a big difference, and that's also why preparation strategies for mains and advanced should be different.
Coming to the JEE advanced paper, so what's your take on that? How this paper is different from the previous year papers, or should anybody start their analysis by comparing the paper level standard? Is it right way? So first you can just give your feeling on the paper because you have written it yourself. So
I'm actually not very confident in analyzing papers. I don't know why. I never seem to give the same answer as my peers.
Okay.
But this year the distribution was a little different. That there was cramming right from the highest ranks. Generally it's like between the first and second person, there's a bigger gap than between, say, 13th and 14th. But this year it was more uniform.
Okay.
I don't know why that is. Maybe it was because maths was tougher. If some other subject was tougher, maybe it would be like a typical distribution.
Right. Congratulations for getting the best rank in JEE Advanced. So we covered almost all the points. If what else you think, in your view, is very, very essential in the whole journey of this cracking JEE Advanced exam?
I feel there are not really any necessities and sufficiency for JEE Advanced. What you think is good, I prefer them to do it. And NCERT is highly underrated book. It's really good, but most of the people won't care.
You mean NCERT textbooks, right? Okay.
Then doing many reference books, I prefer doing NCERT perfectly. And it's not really possible to do it perfectly.
How do you think the time you have spent in this journey, like almost 5 years, if I'm not wrong, helped you in disciplining yourself? And how do you think the whole process, making you, listen to the lectures, get some ideas, again, you practicing them, perfecting them, this whole process of you giving and spending time with these 3 subjects, I think you might have crossed almost 10,000 hours. As they say, the idea which perfects or makes anybody master of anything if they spend that kind of time. And how do you think this whole process will help you in future?
I think this whole preparation process will also help in future because we worked really hard in these years for quite long hours,
Right.
long duration. So I hope in future it will help us in stressful times because we have already done such similar things now. So I think whole preparation and this learning experience, how we learnt each subject, will also help in learning subjects in the future.
Okay. So was it hard for you all these years doing the same thing every day?
At the beginning it was hard,
Right.
and as it came to ending, it was hard to keep the motivation on.
Okay.
But teachers and family helped a lot in keeping that.
And how is the time management part important for JEE preparation? Like, how do you allocate your time? How much time for each subject? How much time for revision? How much time for the first round of studies? How do you do that? What do we do?
In first year, I gave more time to 3 subjects because I think first year is more basic conceptual, which we can do in second year very easily. So first year I gave equal time to 3 subjects. Chemistry somewhat less time. Math, physics I developed almost all basics in first year. Second year giving chemistry more time as exams are nearer. And math, physics developing speed.
So finally, what are your tips to your juniors? What they should do, what they should not do?
Keep away from distractions, especially mobile phone.
Mobile phone was a bit of distraction for you also.
Yes.
Yashwant.
Yes.
So what are your tips about time management? What to do? What
in the
not?
exam or in the day?
Before the exam, for the preparations.
Okay, daily timetable.
Yeah.
First thing, it's always a good habit to wake up early and sleep early. You can spend the morning hours exercising or meditating or at least taking a bath and getting ready properly. So it can really help you start the day properly. I go to the gym and or I run or I do something physical so that it helps me throughout the day and
keeps you active.
Yeah, keeps me active.
Morning activities.
And it also develops a nice work ethic. If you can run every day for 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers, you can study for half an hour or 1 hour. It's basically the same thing.
Okay.
And dividing time between subjects, now that's a very, very, very personal thing. But at least in the initial phases of preparation, it should be more uniform. Even if you think that this subject is stronger or this subject is weaker.
Mm-hmm.
You should try to give almost an equal time to all three subjects.
There is a belief generally when we start preparing for JEE that more number of books you do, better it is. You do 10 books, 20 books, buy all the available books in the market, keep on doing that, shuffling through them, and then you'll become the topper. How true is it?
Initially, even I used to think that that is the truth,
Mm-hmm.
but after going through them, I've already faced that.
You
So
already tried that?
yeah.
Okay.
So I can say that when I came to 11th and 12th class, I kept one thing in mind: how many ever books we do doesn't matter. We first need to have some conceptual clarity. Once we have that, once we have good depth in our concept, then next thing is we have to focus mainly on our exam related things. It is not really more important to solve 100 problems a day or 1,000 problems a week. It doesn't really matter. If you're able to solve the questions with 100% accuracy, be them either 10 questions or 20 questions a day, if you can solve them with 100% accuracy, it is more than solving 100 problems a day or 1,000 problems a week.
What are your suggestions for your juniors, and what are the things that you learned which are going to continue, going to help you throughout your life? What are the learnings that you had from the JEE preparation apart from the subject learnings? What are the life lessons that you learned?
As I've heard from many people that in college you're only there. There is no one to push you from behind. People don't. I mean, it's not like the general school where everyone does. You see your analysis, you see your rank, you see your marks. Many people say, I have not gone to college, so this is what I've heard, that there is no one to push you in the college. You have to do all the things on your own. So I think the discipline that we have learned in these 2 years or 4 years, the amount of meticulous work that we have put in, I think that is going to continue through the rest of our life also. We can keep the same, we can keep maintaining the same discipline that we have learned in these 2 years, sitting for 8 hours or 10 hours a day and studying for JEE or any other exam. It's not an easy thing. So I think this amount of discipline and self-determination that we have had will also help us in achieving our dreams. Like, I want to become a successful engineer. I think it'll help me very much in achieving my goals.
Thanks a lot, everyone. That was very nice. We are hoping you make us proud again and again in future. The things that you learned here will be there with you throughout the life. The discipline, the time management part is the things that you learn. The rank is one thing, but apart from the rank, the other things that you have learned here for the 2 years journey with us and the discipline that you learned is going to help you a lot in your future. So with that, best of luck, everyone. Congratulations once again. Thank you.